This episode of Brokerage in Motion is brought to you by Mass Mutual Strategic Distributors.
Hello and welcome to Brokerage in Motion, your one-stop guide for everything happening in independent distribution. I'm Katie Fehlinger. In industry headlines, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, the federal agency in charge of keeping the U.S. financial system upright, wants to change a 2019 document that limits how it tries to keep problems at non-bank financial companies from destroying the economy. The FSOC will propose a new version of the document that would free it from the 2019 restrictions. The council says it will make its process more clear, but must have the ability to move quickly. Meanwhile, the Securities and Exchange Commission recently released new guidance for advisors and brokers. The SEC bulletin focuses primarily on the care obligation of regulation best interest for broker-dealers and the duty of care enforced under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940. The main bullet points include understanding potential risk, as well as understanding the specific retail investor's investment profile, and having a reasonable basis to affirm a recommendation is in fact in the investor's best interest. In other news, Pacific Life has announced a new product. The company has added a protection-focused VUL product aimed at the $68 trillion wealth transfer market. Pacific Protector VUL is designed for cost-efficient, guaranteed death benefit protection, while also providing the potential to build cash value. Finally, AmeriLife Group has announced the next phase of changes to its wealth organization, welcoming Brian Peterson as president of Accumulation and Retirement Income Distribution. The move is just one part of AmeriLife's effort aimed at redefining the independent agent and advisor experience and breaking through traditional distribution models. Well, before you know it, NAILBA 42 will be here. We look forward to seeing you in Hollywood, Florida, November 1st through the 3rd. And here's a look back now at NAILBA 41 and attendees' thoughts on the experience.
First time here at NAILBA, and I'm very impressed by what I saw so far.
Really, really exciting stuff.
Making a difference. Know deeply about Brokerage. He's a phenomenal leader.
So it's meeting all the carriers and the different competitors on the market. Basically, I didn't know that the market was that big. I met a lot of new people, understand what they're doing, learning from them as well.
Discussions have been super insightful just to learn more about industry trends, things that might be coming down the pike, and new idea generation as well.
It's my second NAILBA. It's a fantastic place to meet the distribution market and also meet our carrier customers as well. I find NAILBA one of the nicest events that I go to. I go to several events every year. It's by far the most dynamic, very interesting people, great activities, very well self-contained, so everybody stays together. So it's always an event I look forward to.
First time here, so just kind of seeing like what the industry's about, get a little bit outside perspective other than just people inside of my own company.
This is my second.
This is like I couldn't remember. This is like my fourth or fifth. Meeting the new people and the building and expanding relationships is great.
Yeah, because I met Kim. It was it was last year.
It was.
Yeah, at my first one.
It was so fun.
I loved Billy Bean. His keynote, he was awesome. I learned a lot. I didn't know much about baseball, but the way he explained how we built the team, all the pain points he had to go through, and how we overcame these pain points, I mean, it was awesome.
Really looking forward to the lineup and even the next day. The sessions today, I was really looking forward to sitting in and listening to those. It was really great content.
Just kind of seeing what other carriers are doing, what the different trends are, I guess, trending to in our industry with everything that's been going on the last year or two.
So here we really seem to not only be able to meet people at the venue, but also in the other events, dinners, etc. It's just a great opportunity for networking. I did karaoke for the second time, so last year and this year, and I enjoy the casino night as well, because it's a very good opportunity again to sit with people in an informal setting, which is the best way to really get to know somebody.
It gives you a 1,000-yard view instead of just like looking at it as far as just where you're coming from. So seeing just a big outside view of everything that's going on and like how things are kind of picking up, I think has been very valuable.
It's great to see everyone. We're so excited to see NAILBA thriving.
We will have more on NAILBA 42 after a short break. That and much more Brokerage in Motion coming up.
What happens if you ever need to miss work for a long period of time?
Why would I miss work?
I don't know. You sprain your ankle, throw out your back,
Get hit by a school bus.
or a regular bus,
Get kicked by a horse.
Fall off a ladder.
bathtub mishap,
Polio.
Boating accident.
Stuck by a fork.
rabies,
Wolves.
Scurvy.
Talk to us about disability income insurance today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Mass Mutual.
Right now, our IDY segment, where we shine the spotlight on the people in the profession and learn their why. This NAILBA member is a part of an accomplished family-built company, though initially, she didn't set her sights on a career in insurance. Diana Greenberg almost built a career in the hotel industry, but she chose insurance instead. After all, she was born into it.
I mean, there wasn't a time in my life from the time I moved to California in 1971 that I can't remember sitting down at the dinner with my parents and my siblings, who were 6 and 8 years older than me. And the dinner conversation was about what happened to them.
Insurance was the perfect fit, and Diana joined her parents' business, Total Financial, in 1985, mentoring with her mom, Lisa, on the operations side, while her dad, Marty, served as principal.
I like to call my dad the stallion and my mother the reins. As anybody knows my father in the industry, for all the years and everything that he's done, you know, he's the salesman, he's the storyteller. There's not anyone that hasn't met him that doesn't know Marty's story.
Many of those Marty stories involve NAILBA. The family has attended the annual meetings for years.
My son just reminded me how he thought that when I would come home from a NAILBA meeting when he was a young child, like in grade school, that I was coming home and buying all these toys and just dumping this bag out in front of him with all the stuff from NAILBA. Little did he know that all this stuff was being given away.
But the Greenbergs themselves have a long history of giving back to their community and the NAILBA Charitable Foundation. Now at the helm of Total Financial, Diana intends to continue that legacy. Last year alone, the Greenberg family gave $50,000 to the NAILBA Charitable Foundation.
But I have to tell you, 50 years of service to this industry, over 50 years, and 50 years of raising millions of dollars for worthwhile charities has been his mission. And it has been Total Financial's mission, and it has been our family's mission.
This has been part of my family legacy for a very long time. They were very active in it. I haven't known anything but my parents giving.
Over its more than 50-year history, those core values have remained at the heart of Total Financial's mission.
It's a different path, it's a different generation, different messaging, but he started the legacy and I plan on keeping it and moving it forward.
But over the years, not everything remained the same. Diana attributes the company's continued success and growth to its ability to not only accept, but embrace change.
All the stuff that's happened in our industry, from products to technology to marketing, all of these things have changed over the last 20 years. And I think we continued to not only adapt and change, but be ahead of the curve.
Even back in the earliest days of the company, Total Financial was ahead of its time.
I can remember my brother sitting in a room that looked like a janitor closet that had a desk in it. And this box.
That box was a computer. And on it, Eddie Greenberg developed the first computerized insurance illustration system, similar to an Excel spreadsheet today. What was the reaction at the time? Because this happened in the early 70s, so well before computers became mainstream.
At that time, we had rate cards. We'd all walk around with rate cards to calculate our rates. So for our agents that were doing business with us, it was the first time that they had been able to see that rather than, pulling out 5 rate cards.
That kind of forward thinking has driven Diana all throughout her career. Her approach and experience has led to numerous advisory board positions, including a current role on NAILBA's Board of Advisors. But Diana chooses to serve for a simple reason.
I really want to help grow, and I'm very passionate. And I'm passionate about our industry. I'm passionate about the growth.
And up next for Total Financial, growth as part of Simplicity Group. The acquisition was announced in April 2023. And now as partner, Diana is eager to contribute to Simplicity's success.
I really am excited about the fact that this is a company that has really already set in motion the path that they want to go on. this is the next company for me to turn into what Total Financial is.
And right now I am joined by the president of Brokerage and executive vice president at Finseca, Dan Labert. And Dan, we are fresh off of LAMP 2023. So tell us how it went. Why is this also an event that's relevant to brokerage?
Sure. LAMP was fantastic. 1,400 plus attendees. I don't know what the plus worked out to be, but there were a lot of people there, and it was over 1,400. A main stage that had at least 5 or 6 standing ovations. We have this great formula around individuals from the profession sharing their secret sauce and how they're creating culture, and then adding in, the exciting keynotes like Ken Dykewald or Eric Wall or Shantae Lowe. Shantae Lowe happens to be a 4-time U.S. Olympian, and letting them tell their stories. It was just an awesome experience. It was also great to see there's an international following to the LAMP conference and the pride they have in the role they play in the profession, in their home countries. Everything was fantastic. Why this matters to brokerage was there's a lot of independent advisors who go to LAMP to either continue their professional development and their leadership and learning, or to network with others. And brokerage has that special connection with independent advisors. So LAMP was it was nice to see some familiar faces at LAMP 2023 from the brokerage space. Really, working with advisors and talking about what that experience is and what it looks like working together. So I thought it was a great event. Bonnie Godsman built a heck of a brand with LAMP 2023 and all past years as well. But I'm fresh off it and feeling good.
Good. Well, NAILBA, of course, with a big event of its own coming up in the not too distant future. It feels like the year is flying by, but the 42nd NAILBA Annual Meeting coming up. When does registration open? And also a little tidbits on what we can expect for this year?
Sure. First and foremost, you have to be a member of Finseca and the NAILBA brokerage community to register for the NAILBA event, especially if you want the deep discount that comes along with it. Others can attend, but it's going to hit the pocketbook, as it always has in every past NAILBA. July 17th is the date to remember. That is when registration will open up. We'll be releasing what the skeleton schedule looks like at that time. We will keep with our tradition of announcing keynotes as we get closer, but I'm expecting another full exhibit hall. In fact, I know the numbers. It's definitely going to be full. I'm expecting to have another great main stage of recognizable keynotes, but also building off of the success we had last year around individuals from the profession talking about issues that truly matter to the brokerage space. Last year, there was standing room only. This year, we'll be in a bigger space, but I'm hoping for the exact same results, standing room only.
Looking forward to it. And then finally, NAILBA's award-winning magazine Perspectives has definitely gone through some change, but there is a new issue out. So what is the new format?
Okay, so merging 2 organizations together, especially when one of the organizations has an award-winning magazine that is distributed to over 400,000 people, and that is NAILBA Perspectives. Mm-hmm. What we did was take the Finseca magazine, which is called Focus, and take content from the award-winning NAILBA Perspectives and combine it together and make it open to everyone. So a couple of changes on the Finseca side, a couple of changes on the Perspective side. But it's still going to be called Focus, since that is the organization unifying all of us. But there is that byline that says featuring award-winning content from NAILBA Perspectives. It will have updates from each individual community that's in Finseca, plus features that are addressing the theme of the issue, whether that's InsurTech, closing the insurance gap, new changes around products and providers. But it's the same great magazine, a couple of different names, but so far the response has been outstanding. And because it's also reaching new people and new channels, and there's new content in there. So it took us a couple of months to get it off the ground. Mergers are hard. We all know that, but it's back, and we're excited for the rest of the year with it.
Sounds great. All great information as always, Dan. Thank you so much. That is going to do it for this episode of Brokerage in Motion. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
This episode of Brokerage in Motion is brought to you by MassMutual Strategic Distributors. Meet client needs with diverse solutions designed for flexibility, protection, and growth. MMSD is built for your business.